Hey again, beautiful beady besties. Happy Friday. Call here. We are back at it again, my friends. For this show, we are going to be opening up a just immense little bead preemie from our friend Miss Tresa over there at Skippin Stones. She is on the whatnot. And I hope it's Tresa, and I do apologize if it's Tresa. But so first, let's look at a card, guys, and then we will get into some shenanigans, my friends. But Call needs a card. I don't know if you can hear, but we're having some weather. I'm just keeping in my positive zone. We were just issued a severe storm another city over, so we're in a warning right now. So we'll see what happens. So you are confined only by the walls you build yourself. My friends, I've built some pretty thick and deep storm walls. Okay, so but this is a good word of wisdom, my friends. For sure, for sure. Okay. I wanted to let that sink in because that was a really good little piece of advice. All right, my friends. So I was telling you about our beautiful friend Tresa. So she does, and guys, look, I did open it. It's a whole, like, completely stuffed. I've also taken out two of the thicker, bigger strands that were in here. So, I mean, this is a whole bead baby. So Tresa is over there on that whatnot, and it's like an auction type place, guys. I'm really not very familiar with it, and I do have to apologize, and I've already talked to Tresa about it, but I've never done whatnot before, so I wasn't sure how it worked. And so you get, and guys, I have a code for you too. I'll leave Miss Tresa's Skippin Stones. I'll leave her in the description box, and you can also go over there when you sign up, and you can get a $15 voucher for, $15 on whatnot or whatever. So you can go ahead and check that out. But I wasn't sure how all that worked. So in my brain, I was thinking, okay, I'll go over here and I'll bid. And Tresa has really, really amazing prices. Like pretty much everything starts out at $1. So I was like, yeah, this is great. And so I put in all of my information, and then the first thing I bid on, of course, I won. And then about 30 seconds later, I got a message from PayPal saying, like, your order was complete. You sent so-and-so money. So that tripped me out a little bit, right? Because I was like, oh, wait a second, what? Like, I thought maybe, at the end of the sale, everything would be compiled. I would be given an invoice. But maybe that was just how I thought it was going to work. And it didn't work like that. So Tresa walked me through a little bit of it because I was very confused. So I got a little scared, and so I left after I won my first item. So listen, friends, okay, I'm Wilma Flintstone. I am not, a raider of technology. I don't know how a lot of these things work. So Tresa felt so bad, that I didn't understand that she literally sent me probably just about every bead she had. No, guys, she has a lot of beads, but this is insanely thoughtful of her and just so generous. So we're going to go through these, and I'm going to try to kind of get through them because I do have a project, guys, because I know in my last video I did not make a project with our unboxings, but because I have projects already in mind for a lot of that stuff, and I want to, give those projects their proper time to kind of cook in my brain and come to life and all those things. But I think we can make some. Matter of fact, I already have an idea for a design on the fly. So I'm going to bring a bead mat in real quick. And then we are going to somehow deal with this behemoth. But I do want to show off the bat. This necklace, and this is a necklace, was in there. Guys, look at that cloisonne duck. Now, if you guys have been at the channel here for any amount of time, you know that I just go bananas for anything cloisonne, however you say it. But this kind of metal stuff, and this duck is just the coolest thing ever. Oh, I just cannot. And it's on this necklace. Look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with this duck. Tresa, I am in love with your duck. That is the most greatest duck ever. Okay, I wanted to show you guys that. Now, I don't know if Tresa made that. If she did, my friend, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. And then these guys were also in here. Holy ginormous. Listen, this is impressive, my friends. Look at the size of these little mini boulders. And they're so cool. Like, they have such cool texture. Like, some of them look like little sponges. But this is for when, you know, if you can't decide if you like somebody or you don't like somebody. And maybe you want your jewelry to become, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You could probably make this into a necklace. And if somebody tried to, like, steal your purse, I'm pretty sure you could stop them with those beads. Those are freaking fantastic. I have no idea what we're going to do with these beads, my friends. But they're just, oh, look at this one. These two have, like, some red and orange in them. Look at those. These are just, I love big chunky beads like this. They're just fantastic. All right, so let's bring this guy in. And I don't know how we're going to deal with this. I thought maybe we could, because there's a, I don't want to dump it out because I made that mistake earlier and I dumped it out on my kitchen table because me and my husband were like, or my husband and I, sorry. We were like, oh my God, what is all this stuff? Sorry, guys. And I dumped it out on the kitchen table like a savage, like a pure savage, my friends. And some of the beads were loose. So we had a couple casualties. Just, I think one of the strands of crystal rondelles came unstranded. I'm just trying to, oh, I pulled something out. Look at that. So I figure if we just cut it down the side here, and then our loot will just spill out. Like the booty that, oh my God, it doesn't even end, guys. I didn't even get in here to, I think it was one of these guys that are just, look at all this stuff. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you see it? Okay. I'm sure you see it because there it is. So I'm going to move it to the side. This is why I put it on the bead mat. So we could slide it to the left and just take out the whole, let's take out the whole studio alongside. Okay. And then, my friends, and then we're going to bring in a second bead mat. That just goes to show you how fancy we are here at this channel, that we got 2 bead mats. We're going to bring in the second bead mat. And let's look at some stuff. Okay, so I don't know what a lot of this is, so we're just going to have fun guessing. And I'm going to bring out the chunkers, my friends. Holy smacks, look at those. Those are so pretty. I'm going to say that this is maybe like a, maybe a citrine. It's a pretty, very, very pale. Smooth cubes. You get a ton of them, guys. This is a huge strand. Look at those chunkamunks. That's what my Jennifer would say if she was here. My beautiful, I mean, she's here in the world. I mean, if she was here with me is what I meant. She would say, yes, those are chunkamunks. Okay, Carl. These are mad impressive, my friends. I'm pretty sure these are hematite because they're very heavy. Do you see how sparkly they are? Let's do the sparkle test. What? Very nice. I definitely think they are a plated hematite. They're very heavy. Stunning. Girl, these are stunning. These are my jam. For sure, for sure. Oh, I also want to bring in, this is also a necklace. So I'm not sure, maybe she also, you know, she sells necklaces like this. Now this is gorgeous. I will be taking this apart and harvesting all of these amazing hot pink shell beads. We've got some coins. And these are all like shell. They've got that mother of pearl finish. And then we've got some of these cut ones. And then a bunch of little seed beads. So this is just stunning. And you know, it is stunning as a necklace, to be honest with you. I might even... The only thing I don't like about this is I don't like how it's finished with these. I don't really think these are very sturdy. So what I might actually do is I just might restring it a little, because I really do like how this is. Like, this is something I would wear. It's nice and bunched up like this. I like this multi-strand look. I think that's really pretty. So I might just keep it as a necklace. I might just refinish the ends here. I think that's really pretty. Lovely. Oh, we got some chunky dunky pearls. We got some big booty Judies here. So these are like a glass pearl. And this beautiful metallic finish. And some of these look a little bit more gold, and some look like a little bit warmer gold, some a little lighter gold. It could just be my eyes, but I'm seeing multiple tonages of gold. These are beautiful. These look really pretty with these cubes. Love those. All right. And what your girl did hook me up with was a lot of nuggets and cubes, guys. Nuggets and chips. I love nuggets and chips. These are so pretty. These look like they could be a quartz or a very, very pale citrine. It might just be a quartz, like maybe a rutilated quartz of some kind. Very pretty. I like that they are a nice thick nugget, guys. I love a nice thick nugget. Those are super pretty. All right, let me see if I can pull out some more of the nuggets. Oh gosh, these are so pretty. One of these strands in here I did pay for. I don't know which one, but look at these carnelians. Oh gosh, they are just gorgeous and juicy. So pretty. Where's the dish, Kyle? There's the dish, my friends. There's the dish. Look at those. There's a, I think the strand that I bid on and won was a strand of carnelian. I don't think it was this strand though. It could have been, but those are beautiful. There's some more carnelian in here, I feel like. Let me pull some of these other orangey ones out. I think these were the ones that I bid on. Look how pretty those are. They're a very light carnelian, but I love that cut. I love that little he/she type cut, that little disky cut. Those are so pretty, so orange. So orange, darling, so orange. And then we also have this strand, which I think it can be either carnelian or maybe a red agate, but these are really pretty. Nice long strand, like 30 inches probably. Just a ton of beads to play with. Look at this. So pretty. She knows what she's doing over there. Oh, guys, and here's an interesting shape. Excuse me. Look at this. It's like a bamboo, but it's got texture in it. I don't know if you can see that. Those are, I don't know what they are. They could be a like a jade, like a dyed jade, or maybe a, I don't know. They're really pretty though. Love those. Put these over here with the chunkers. That's just a real, like, I've had this like kind of cut before, but it almost looks like a little vase. I have other ones in my stash that I got from a D-stash a while ago, and they look like little urns, and they're just the cutest things ever. Ooh, guys, look at these. Ooh, these are big old heifers. So we've got the big old heifers, and then we've got the medium heifers, and then we got the mini heifers. But look at those. Oh, those are so pretty. Oh, I love all this carnelian, girl. You already know. Look at this. All the orange, all the orange. Here's another little strand. Guys, she gave me multiples of some of the things, so here's another. Bless you. This is another huge long strand, and maybe we can share. Maybe we can do something with those. All right, and then here is some tiger eye. Also, she sent me 2 strands. These are so pretty. These are just pretty, like elongated rice or columns, whatever you'd want to call them. So pretty. Love those. Yeah, and guys, like I said, her prices are so good. Like, pretty much everything starts at $1. It's insane. Let's pull out, these were gorgeous too, and I think she gave me 2 strands of these. These are just so pretty. So here's another chip, and guys, this is like, for me, this is harvest and fall, and this is everything that I love about, you know, the end of September into October, November, just this color palette. I also like another, like a yellow, purple, red harvest, kind of like the Mookite palette, but look at these oranges and yellows and just greens in here. It's just so beautiful. I don't know what these are. They could be like a mix of different ones, but I'm going to do something really, really pretty with these for the fall, for sure. All right. Oh, these also caught my eye too. Look at these. Like, I think Tresa must really, I think she really does watch my videos, friends, because she knows exactly what I like. Look how pretty those are. Oh my gosh, look at that one. I could just look at these all day. They're so pretty. I don't know what these are. They look like a jasper of some kind. So pretty. So pretty. This is probably one of my favorite strands in here. I mean, I don't know. There's so many to choose from. Those are amazing. I still can't get over these. Like, look at those. Ugh, they keep catching my eye every time I look over. All right, it looks like we have some glass beads in here too. These are really pretty. These are like a, I definitely have to bring the dish in for these. These are like a multi-tone glass, and they have some like little bits of gold splatter on some of the beads as well. Hope you guys can see that. If I can get it, I'm trying to loop it around here. There we go. Looks like a pretzel. Those are really pretty. Love those. And that's a nice long strand, my friends. That's a whole ton of beads. It looks like we have some maybe rose quartz. Very long strand. Very long strand. And these are just some really pretty rounds. Love those. I seem to have a rose quartz collection, so those will fit right in. We also have some of these blue ones. Look how pretty those are. And I think these might be either like a dyed jade or like a dyed quartz or something. That's what they kind of look like to me. Very pretty blue color. Very pale. Love those. Guys, I'm running out of room on my mat. Oh, let's pull these out. And she gave me a couple of strands of these. These are in a bag. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. I want to make something with these for sure soon. Look at these shells. Look at that color green. So this actually tells us what it is. So this is a river shell bead. Oh my gosh. Do you see those colors? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I love the green. Love the green. And they're so like shelly. They're so shelly and shiny and all the things that we want shell to be, right, friends? That checks all the boxes. Oh, here's a small little petite. I have some mixed gemstones here. Look at those. Looks like we have some lapis, some quartz. We have some peridot in here. Looks like we have some garnet. Very pretty. Very pretty. I don't know if that's amethyst or lapis. It's hard to tell. Could be a little of both. Like, you should see her table. Like gemstones for miles. I love her setup. She has a really good setup. Ooh, we have some really pretty bicones in this rosaline color with it AB, which stands for absolutely. We'll give those the little twirl test. So pretty. So pretty. All right, what in the fresh heck is that noise going on out there in the world? Ooh, friends, look at these. These are really pretty. It's a very pretty peachy color. I don't know what these are. They're very pretty though. They have some little striations in there. Gorgeous color. I think these will be really pretty with the, this month's bargain bee box too. I think that might be a plan. Put those with those. Actually, I might put those aside so I can add those to the bargain bee box. All right, friends, and we're almost done. Now I'm going to bring, oh, look at these little cutie patoots. Look at those little check babies. Look at those little check babies. Oh, they're so pretty. Again, in that like rosaline, rose gold type finish. We're going to put those aside too. And guys, put on your sunglasses because you're about to get shocked with color. Boom. I think this is what we're going to make our project with today, friends. I want to make a pair of earrings with these so bad. So these are some quartz. I think that's what this is. Yeah. Some dyed. Obviously, we don't usually find this color quartz in nature. But they are kind of top drilled up here. And I was thinking we could make a pair of bestie earrings with these. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'm going to put those aside. We have another little chunk of monk here of beautiful. And these are like a more matte texture. Oh, I love the way these feel. These feel so natural. Very pretty. Again, I'm not really sure what these are, but they're very pretty, very natural looking, which I love. Oh my goodness. All right, we're not done yet, friends. I still have a couple things here in bags, and we also have this little strand of dudes. Look at that color. And these are kind of like a matty texture too, which I love. They have some pretty veining inside of those. If you can see the veinings. All right. Now we have some things in bags. I think that's it for that. We have some, I'm going to put these on the tray because these are the ones that are kind of, we're losing, they're a little open. So we've lost a couple in the bag, but look how pretty these are, like a opaly, oh gosh, they're so pretty. A rondelle with the half plating. Those are gorgeous. I love that color. I'm just going to dump them back in the bag. All right. Ooh, these are really pretty. So these are like a little chip. Ooh, and I'm going to put out another bead with them that I think would look really pretty with them. So we can look for a 2-for-1. Look at those. So first we have these really pretty chips and this very light pinky coral. And then we have some of these like pinky coral rounds, so just a little bit darker in color than the chips. But I think those are very pretty. And now that I've mixed them up, I can't use the dish anymore. We're just going to put the dish right over here. But that's okay if you're not friends, because my beautiful friend Snaps. How you doing, girl? What's up, girl? I hope everything is good with you. I think Snaps gave me, it's either Snaps or Wanda gave me this dish. So, one of you beautiful ladies. We got that dish. Or maybe it was Miss Wendy. Oh my gosh, you all spoil me so much that I lose track. Look how beautiful these are. So these are like a candy jade or dyed quartz. I love this pink color. I love this dish. It came with some little scoops too. I think it was Angie, was it you? Oh, I feel terrible now, guys. I feel terrible. All right, let's look at these. Well, we'll put these in the dish. These are some nuggets. So, whole bunch of nuggets. Y'all hear that? Wait, there's more. Hold on, we're going to put all the nuggets in all their nugget glory. Okay, there goes one. Fell out. Wait till you see the color of these nuggets. What? Look at this. I just want to dig my hands in here, right? And just play. These are so pretty. This green is just crazy. It's like such a saturated green. Oh my gosh, I love these. Girl, this is like, I'm just going to play with them all day like this. All day. Okay. Whale. Oh my gosh, guys, can you see them with this shell? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, or with this one? What are we doing? Okay. Those are amazing. All right, and I have one more strand here, and these are of a red chipper variety. Let me just pull these out of the bag. And these are kind of like a imitation coral, I guess, but they are very coral in appearance. Because some of them have those like little bandings and stuff. Maybe it is coral. I don't know. I thought coral was like bad for you, but it's really pretty. This isn't bad for me at all. This is gorgeous. All right, friends. Tresa, you have my friend. This is so much stuff. This is so much stuff. Like, wow. Let me take a second to get organized. I was also looking to see if I wanted to add any beads, like a small bead for the top of these for our earrings, but I don't know if I see anything that those are too precious. Maybe one of these hematites at the top. That would be so rock and roll, wouldn't it? All right, guys, I have choices to make, and I have a table to clear off. So just give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. I also want to take how do I take a picture of this? Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. Oh, I did it. That's for our thumbnail, friends. Okay, hold on. Okay, friends, and we are back. So I do have, let me get my beady mat. Oh, get my beady mat out here. Oh, that's not even the pretty one. We're gonna get the pretty one. Guys, I have 3 bead mats in my office. Can you, what? That's a lot of bead mats. Anyway, I thought that this would be real rock and roll. However, when I originally thought I was gonna, because I had looked at these beads earlier this afternoon, and I thought, oh yeah, when I was thinking about earrings, I had just thought about doing just this bead with a little some kind of spiral or something here, and then just one single drop. But I think that would be pretty with this as well. But when I was envisioning it in my brain, I was envisioning it with copper. Shocker. Because I think the copper will just really look so pretty. I did bring ear wires to the party because I was prepared. Once in every 700 videos, I'll have my act together. But I just thought this copper and this pink are just so pretty together. I think that will really, I don't know. I really love that together. So I think I'm not going to do the hematite with this pair. And we're just going to see how this goes. And it's so funny because right after I shot the other video where I said I was going to shoot this video, I made it in time for Danielle was over there on Sam's, looking for my other scissors. She was over there on Sam's bead shop, and she was doing, they were live making projects with the new Gemmy box. I think mine's coming tomorrow, by the way. I'm so excited. And she was doing some spirals on her pendant, and it's so funny because I was like, oh, I had thought about doing a spiral design. So I think that's just very serendipitous of us to both be doing a spiral design. Okay, friends, so now what we have to do here is kind of even some of the, we're going to have to find two that we think are relatively similar in size. And I do want to kind of keep it, since we're only just doing one of these, I do want to do one, not like a huge one, but I want a decent sized one. Like this one might be too skinny. These two would probably be nice, but they're both a little skinnier than I would like. Oh, let's see. These two might be good together. What do you think about those? So we have to find where the drill holes are and kind of line the drill holes up so we can see about where they're gonna hang. This one's definitely a little bit shorter. And guys, by the way, speaking about my earlier video, when I had talked about being an advocate of love regardless of this and this, and I did say age, guys, I totally meant like you're never too old to find love is what I meant. After I said that, I was like, oh no, I hope they didn't think like I'm advocating for whatever. I just meant like you're never too old to fall in love is what I meant. I just want to clear that up. So we might actually have to use some of the, because the longer ones don't seem to be, I don't want them to be like too far off cousins. Like these two would be okay. No, because this one's so much thicker, but lengthwise they're okay. This one's really pretty, except she's big bone, ain't she? That's a big back crystal right there. That's what I know. This one's pretty too. Oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't think it was going to be this complicated to find two that are compatible. I feel like I'm on like the Christian dating site or something, or mingle.com. I'm trying to get people to get on board. I can't imagine having that job. That must be a nightmare. I would lose my mind. Okay, I think it's going to be, I think we're gonna narrow it down here. Kyle, where's your drill hole, bro? Okay, so this drill hole is here. And this drill hole is about here. We have some music on the back, guys. I hope it's not too loud. But I'm just trying to, it's actually, the rain has actually really slowed down, so I might be able to turn the music down. I think, I don't know. Maybe these two? I don't know. I think we're going to do these two. I think they're close enough. That's fine. But those are the two we're going to do. I think those are the two we're going to do. Do we think those are going to be too long? Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop. Guys, give me 1 second. Okay, friends, and we are back. So I know what you're thinking. Carl, you were gone all that time and you picked these two little shrimp boats. Well, because I also had to keep in mind that they are going to be laying like this. And I wanted them, the other ones didn't really have a point. And these have more of like a point to them, and I just like their shape better. So these are the ones we're going to use. Now, I do have 22 and 20 gauge, but I think I'm going to bring in the 20 gauge wire. So this is the German style wire in the bronze color, which is the closest that I've been able to find to antique copper. You, of course, can use red copper if you want. I thought red copper might be pretty with this. actually, guys, what do you think about red copper? Oh my gosh, now I gotta go look for my red copper. Hold on. Okay, friends, and here we are. We have a red copper and we have the antique copper. And now we have decisions to make. And I actually kind of like the red copper, if I'm being honest. Okay, that's fine. Oh no. After all of that sorting, 19 and 70.77 seconds. I got it. Hold on. Oh my gosh, guys. We're on the struggle bus today. Oh my goodness. Okay. So here we go. So we're actually going to use this copper wire because I think this is really pretty. And this is just some off DIY brand. Cousins. I think this was from the Walmart. I don't know. So I'm going to say that this is probably... Oh, I don't know if I can use this. Look how soft it is. Oh no. You can make knots with it. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if I like it. Okay, I'm going to go back to this one just because I don't like... It's so soft. I don't know if I can do it so soft like that. So I'm just going to stick with this after all that. So I'm going to cut myself. I'm actually going to cut myself. I'm going to do these simultaneously. And I will show you why in a second. Once I can find the little end here. Where are you coming out of here, my friend? Okay, you're this one. Okay. There we go. Cut me another little piece here. Because I want to do a spiral and I want to make sure I want to do them at the same time so I can cut the wires, the spiraling wire, so I can cut them at the same length. So I'm not, you know, I just think that's a smarter way to go. So I'm just straightening this out just a little bit. I don't know how much I have here. I would probably guess to say about 6 to 7 inches. And I'm just straightening it out a little bit. Did I even cut the same length? Not really. Let's get the ruler. Mike, how are you doing today, friend? Why are you so close to my chair? Okay. So yeah, about 7 inches. All right, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take, and this is like a little side drill here, up here towards the top. We are gonna take our wire, we're gonna put that through there, and then much like we do a lot of times, we're gonna bring these two wires up and over. One is a little shorter, one is a little longer, right? And we're just gonna kind of cross them off like that. Mike, don't do that. My goodness. He's not in an, it's the older chair, friends. Sorry about that. He was trying, Mike doesn't jump as well as he used to, so now he climbs up things. I'm just going to take my pliers here, and I'm just going to pinch that down just a little bit, kind of making sure that that's in there. Like, okay. Okay, we don't want to do it too much, but just a little bit. All right, so one of these wires is going to go straight up. That is our loop wire. So let me get these other pliers here, right? So this wire we're going to take here, and we're going to kind of go up a little bit with this wire, and then this is going to be our wrapping wire, which we're going to, he's now on the back of my chair. So we kind of have something like this, and they cross over a little bit here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to further, sometimes you could use your fingers, sometimes just your little tools here. Just going to fix this up a little bit more. So then that's what we have. Okay. Now I'm going to take this wrapping wire, and I'm actually going to hold these two wires together here with my tool at the base there. Okay. And then I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to go around once, and then I'm going to go around twice. You guys, did you see what I just did? My pliers just held on to the wire. I fixed it somehow, but that was crazy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. I might have to redo this. I think I fixed it. I don't know. That was crazy. Let me do this with the other one. Like my hand got stuck in my tool or something, and my tool just ripped apart my wire that I just did. So I think this is what I want the front to be. So again, we're going to take our wires. One is going to be longer than the other. and we are going to cross them over top. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of room there at the top for some little wiggle room here. I might have to redo that other one. And I'm just going to give this one a little slight press and kind of press those wires down there. So they're kind of, you know, they're not really being loosey-goosey. They're right up against that piece. And then again, we are going to, this is going to be our wrapping wire. So this wire is going to go this way, and then this wire is going to go straight up. Okay. And then we're going to hold this together. And that little, there's like, you'll create a little triangle here, and that's looking kind of funky, which is fine because we can just go ahead and just straighten that out and bring that down, and that will cause it to not be quite so funky. And we'll just hold that at that little triangle that we made. And then this wire is going to go around once and then twice. I was doing this and something weird happened and the tool like went crazy. So we have this. It's a very organic, my friends. It's very organic. Okay, so let's look at this guy, see if we have to redo him, or was I able to save him? Oh, wrong pliers. What pliers are you looking for? Might have to redo this one real quick. You know, I'm just going to redo this one real quick, guys, because these are going to be bestie earrings for Tresa, and so I want to make sure that they're perfect, right? All right. So let's move all that to the side, and let's cut another piece real quick. Okay. It's like freaky stuff when that happens. Like, what? I'm gonna have to rewatch my video to see exactly what happened there. 1 minute it was looking great, then the next minute it came apart. All right. Bring this all the way down, and then we're going to bring these wires up again, one shorter, one longer. Okay. Then we're going to take our nylon jaw pliers, and we're just going to make sure that that wire is butted up against the side of this little quartz. Okay. And then we have this guy that kind of is going to go this way, and this guy that's going to kind of come up here, and then there's our little the triangle that we made, and we're going to insert our pliers there in that triangle, right below that triangle. I'm going to do it this side because I'll wrap that way. And sometimes that wire is going to want to pop out a little bit. If you don't want to use your pliers, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap here. Or maybe I'll use my chain nose pliers. Sometimes these work better too. Can't get it together. Okay, here we go, friends. I think we got it this time. Let's use these. Sometimes it's all about the tools you use. Let's go. One and then another one around. So that's 2 wraps, wire coming out. Fabulous. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here's what we have. Now what I want to figure out is they look somewhat, they're a little bit of a different shaped crystal, so they're going to look a little different shaped. So what I want to find out is which one do I want? This is my front for sure. Okay, and this is going to be my front for this one. So I'm going to want to take this wire and wrap it around one more time. So it is exiting the front of this bead like this wire. That's what we have. And they look like they have the same amount of wraps. Just one's just a little slanted a little bit. Did I use the right size wire? Guys, I'm thinking is these the right size? Because I had 20 and 22 gauge. No, I'm pretty sure that's the 20 gauge. Okay. Fabulous. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our spiral. But when I said I wanted to cut, so I want to cut these wires at the same size. So we have a pretty uniform spiral. This is where I might need to measure. I need to bring in my ruler and measure. Okay. So let's give ourselves, About 2 inches. Does that sound good? 2 inches sounds good to me. Okay. Then we're going to take this one, and I guess I didn't have to do them at the same time since I'm measuring, but 2 inches. All right, there we go. We're getting like science today, and that might be too much. You think that's going to be too big of a spiral? Well, friends, there's no way to know until we do it, but I'm just going to cut just a tiny bit off here just to make sure that's nice and flush. Just a little tiny bit off of both to flush that out. All right. And so now we're going to start our spiral. So let's get our round nose pliers. And you know what? I think I might use my other round nose pliers because I kind of want to start this spiral out small. So I'm gonna turn my wire down because when I like to make my spirals, I like to kind of go this way with my hand and shape them from going like that way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with making like if I was making a loop, and I'm gonna grab the very end of this wire here into the tippy tips of my tips. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn this down. Now, if you want a teeny tiny, that's just a little hook, you can cut a part of this and then keep rolling, but I don't need a teeny tiny hook. I just want it. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and keep rolling. Now that it's kind of rolled onto itself, and that's the important part, we want it to roll on it to itself. Okay, see how that's kind of rolling onto itself now? We are going to take some flat nose chain nose pliers, and I like to use, these are my Zoron, and I like to use these for this. I try to do it with my with my nylon jaw pliers, and it just never works with the nylon jaw pliers. I don't know why. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab this here, and then I'm just going to kind of turn it on itself, right? I'm holding it taut, and I'm taking this tool, and I'm just doing small little increments, flattening it down as I go. Now you can go ahead and speed that up. Again, I'm trying to keep some tension, holding tension in this hand, so then we have a little bit of a tighter spiral. It's not going to be a perfect spiral, guys. I'm not great at this. And now, as you can see, we are butting up here. We're getting close to the finish line. And so we're just gonna, and it got a little wonky there, I'm not gonna lie. It got a little wonky. And we're just gonna back that spiral up until we center it over our head pin, like so. That is a wonky spiral if I've ever seen one. But that's okay, friends. Okay, and then you can just kind of position it a little bit better. Okay, so that's what we have. We have our spiral is, now I had thought we could drop a little bead on here. I still might. It might be just a bead from my stash. I don't know. Because if not, then we would just be ending it here with like a loop. And that's just, I don't know, that's kind of boring. Let's work on this spiral and see how it goes. And then we'll see if we can find a little cute dangle or something or bead to put up there. I'm trying to think what would match with this. Okay, again, oops. We're turning this loop. You can make this as small as you want, and then we want to start turning it on itself. And I'm kind of struggling with this one. Okay. And the only thing is with this, it does kind of mark up the wire. It really does. It depends on the wire you're using. Some wire, like this wire, you can really kind of see it. But on some wire like silver, it's not, you don't see it as much. But this one really is kind of marking up the wire a little bit. I have to get better at stuff like this, but I love doing stuff like this and just trying different things. Like, it's just, to me, it's fun. Okay, we're backing that right over top again. And we're just going to come over here. And we're just going to kind of play around with this and center, kind of press them in there. Okay. So we've got these two guys centered. And then we just have to find something perfect to put on the top. That might take a second. I'll be right back. All right, friends, and we are back. And so I might actually use these because I brought a few things to the party here. I thought these were really pretty because, again, I'm thinking rock and roll, and they have little flashes of like purple and stuff, but I didn't exactly love how they looked on here. I don't know. I just thought that wasn't very fun. So we're not going to use those. And then I thought about these. I have these little flowers that I got from a Dee Dee's box. And I thought, well, they might be pretty. But I don't love them. So I think I'm going to go with my original plan with these hematite babies. So, and it's okay that they're on the copper wire. Just because they're a hematite color does not mean that they have to be on hematite wire. So that's okay. I'm going to find one of these ends that will allow me to let some of these beads escape. Okay. I'm going to take off 2, put this aside, and I also have, I'm just going to do, I think, 2 little gunmetal spacers. I don't know if I'm going to do 2 on either side or just 1, but I definitely want to do 1 here. So that rondelle is not resting right up against that spiral, right? Kind of give that spiral a little bit of room. I don't know, guys. What do you think about that? I don't know. It's just funky looking to me. Kind of funky looking. That was my dresser. That was my desk drawer. That was weird. I don't love it, my friends. I don't love it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. Oh, you know what? Hold on one second. Okay, my friends. So I am actually going to switch. I'm switching gears. So sometimes when I see like I really want this to work, but it's just not going to work, I have to switch gears and maybe stop thinking about black. And so I started thinking about a different color. And I thought, oh, bright orange and bright pink would be really pretty. I also have some of these cubes that have these beautiful, but I think I really like these. And then I also have some, I think these are Swarovski, some shapes here, but I don't know if I have pairs. But I do know I have some of this magma orange. These are, unfortunately, not beads. Isn't all this gorgeous, guys? Look at these Swarovski flowers. I may never use them. I don't think I will. I don't think I'm ever going to use these. And we have a heart. So pretty. And then we have a pair of these, like little wings. Oh, gosh, look at that sparkle, guys. I miss our Swarovski. And then I have a moon and a flower, a margarita flower. I miss our Swarovski. Well, these are not Swarovski. These are, I'm not sure what, but I think these are going to look really pretty. Oh, definitely. I think that's much, much better. We're going to bring in that tropical vibe. And I'm going to go ahead and wire wrap this guy. I just don't know if I want to do a spacer. No, I think that's going to be okay. Okay, let me grab these. And I want to make sure that my loops are going to go in the same direction as this spiral here, and also in the same direction as our ear wire is going to need it to go. So I'm just going to make a little, sorry guys. I think I want to use my other pliers here. Where are they? Did I bring them over already? No. Okay. I'm going to use these pliers. You just have a little bit of a smaller, because I don't really want, oops, I don't really want much of a loop here. Right? I don't, a space. I need just a little bit of space. So I'm going to bend that over. Okay. And then since I have these pliers out, we are going to make our loop here. Okay. I'm going to turn our pliers, bring that wire back around. I'm going to switch hands, and then this is where I'm going to center everything up here. And we're going to start wire wrapping. We're going to get a couple wraps in there. I'm going to take them back up to the top. We're making a little bit of a messy wrap here, because I want our crystal to kind of stay in place. And I feel like the more wraps that you give it, like when you chunk it up and make that like a bulkier, this might be a little too bulky. It will sometimes help your stuff stay in place longer, like stay in place better, won't spin as much. And that's just a theory. Is it actually true? I'm not sure. There we go. Okay, now we want to make sure our loop is looping. And it is. We don't want to crack crystals, guys. If you were with me yesterday, was it yesterday? We broke some little seed beads. I was heartbroken. See? Look how cute that is. All right, let's try it with the other one. If I had enough wire, I would have taken it behind, but I didn't cut myself enough wire for that because I didn't plan on doing that. I didn't know what I was going to do, if I'm being honest. Okay, going back here, centering up our loop. Right. This one has got even less wire, so we'll see if we can chunk it up. Sometimes you have to use your tools, friends. Oh my gosh. Come on now. I'm taking it back up, chunking this up a little bit so it matches the other one. Tell me how you never use your tools to wrap without telling me you don't use your tools to wrap. There we go. I didn't think that was ever going to end. Okay. Now let's go over here and make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. And we're tucking in, right? Tucking in our little, there it is. Okay, tuck that in. Okay, make sure our loop is facing, and there we go. Those are cute in a funky sort of way. All right, friends, I did bring ear wires to the party, so let's put those on. And then I will bid you all adieu. General Hospital is on. It's Friday, so it's going to be a good show. Guys, if you're not paying attention, if you want some spoilers, Michael wants custody of the children. Full custody, my friends. Willow is in meltdown mode. It's craziness, but she deserves no less. Anywho's, it's getting good, my friends. It's getting good, General Hospital. I'm a fan. What am I doing here? I put this on the wrong side. My goodness, Carl. I'm busy talking about General Hospital. There we go. Ear wires usually shouldn't be this this difficult to put on. But I want to again thank the beautiful Miss Tresa for this amazing collection of beads. I'm like, your generosity is just amazing. I feel bad that I didn't stay to this for the sale, guys, but I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to be there. And I'm going to know what I'm doing this time. But until then, my friends, I am going to send these cute little one-of-a-kind, thank goodness, sweet little bright earrings to our friend as a thank you. Guys, I hope that you're having fun this weekend, and your weather is good, and you're doing fun beady stuff and all that. I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 noon. That is Eastern Standard over on the Homestrung Jewelry page. And then I will see you guys at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard over on Danielle Wix's page, YouTube channel rather, where she will be showing us some Seed Bead Saturday shenanigans. So I will leave both YouTubes in the description box, and I hope to see you guys there tomorrow. I hope you have a great night, my friends. Keep on planting your magical beans. I love you all so, so much, my friends. So much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Okay, bye.